So guys, I'm editing this clip in there after I recorded the main video, but I forgot to ask you guys, if you guys did enjoy the video, of course make sure to leave a like, but also if you're fans of Heartland and want to stay up to date on everything Heartland related, and that includes being one of the first people to find out if there's going to be a Heartland Season 17 or not, make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already for all the latest information about the future of Heartland and of course Season 16. But I hope you guys enjoy the video. Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on my channel. So in today's video, I want to try something new. So I just finished watching Heartland Season 16, Episode 3, and normally this video would be my initial thoughts and reactions to watching the episode, and then I'd post my full review of the episode tomorrow. But honestly, I had so many thoughts about this episode that I kind of want to, talk about each individual thing that I enjoyed about the episode in its own video. And so you guys know what I'm going to be talking about in today's video. It is going to be Amy and Sam, because we got to see Sam in tonight's episode, and you guys know that I've been wanting them to get together ever since that was a possibility in this show. So in today's video, that's what we're going to be discussing, because I have a lot of thoughts and opinions. Of course I do, that's no surprise. Before I continue, if you guys do enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like, and also let me know what you guys thought of the episode in the comment section of this video. I always love talking to you guys about each episode of Heartland. It is one of the highlights for me of talking about Heartland on YouTube, is getting to discuss it with you guys. So if you guys could leave your thoughts and opinions on the episode in the comment section, and also your thoughts and opinions on what I have to say, I would really, really appreciate that, as I do enjoy discussing the episodes with you guys. So when it comes to Heartland Season 16, Episode 3, I loved it. The episode as a whole was fantastic. But one thing, or not one thing, I have lots of things I want to talk about, but in today's video we're going to be specifically talking about Amy and Sam. Now, I understand, okay, I get it. The idea of Amy having a new love interest in Heartland Season 16, or just in Heartland in general, is a very, very complicated thing to talk about on social media, and it's a very, very touchy subject, I think, within the Heartland community. There is a lot of people that want Amy to find a new love interest and say that, she's young and deserves to find someone to spend her life with, and then there's other people that are like, no, Ty was Amy's soulmate, she's never gonna move on, she can just be a single mother and raise Lindy on her own. Now, I have to be honest, I understand both those arguments, but what I want to talk to you guys about in today's video specifically is from a writing standpoint. If you were a writer on Heartland, how would you approach this situation? And I think Episode 3 gives us a really good indication and idea of what the writers plan to do when it comes to a possible new love interest for Amy in the future of Heartland. And yes, I do think it's going to be Sam. Let me explain. So, when it comes to how you write a show, and specifically how I think the writers write Heartland, Amy is the main character of Heartland, so because of that, you have to write, or the writers, I should say, have to write interesting storylines that most of the time, 9 times out of 10, surround Amy and is about Amy. And because Ty is no longer a part of the Heartland story because he died in Season 14, the easiest and most, the easiest and probably the most interesting, actually not probably, I know it's the most interesting storyline that the writers could write is now a new love interest for Amy. So in Episode 3 of Season 16, we saw Sam. Okay? Now, I've said ever since we were introduced to Sam that I think that there was something between Sam and Amy. From the look that they get on their faces when they're talking to each other, from the way Sam smiles at Amy and then Amy smiles back at Sam, and just how comfortable Amy feels around Sam, and then the way Sam feels comfortable around Amy, I've always said that. And in this episode, we see Amy and Sam work together probably more than we have before. And then, of course, you have the part of Caleb pretending to be a matchmaker. And what is he doing? He's trying to set them up. Now, Sam said that they're just friends when Caleb asked, so are you just friends or maybe more? And Sam was like, well, man, like, we're just friends, that's it. But I think that this could be the start of something, in my honest opinion. We saw that Amy in this episode, at least what I saw when watching it, and my sister saw when watching it, she agrees with me. Amy and Sam, they enjoy each other's company, and they work well together. And then also, one thing I want to point out is Sam's relationship with Lindy in this episode. That's something that really stood out to me, because of course Amy, as a mother, has to consider that whoever she ends up being with, if she ends up being with someone, obviously will assume the role of a father figure for Lindy. He will be her father, essentially. I mean, not really. Ty's always going to be Lindy's father, but you guys know what I mean. And so the interactions we saw with Sam and Lindy in this episode, I think that the writers did that on purpose. I think that the writers are, okay, let me just be very clear. The writers of Heartland are brilliant writers. I am in awe of every single episode that they have written for this show. And they have written the show for the past 16 years. And let me just tell you that they are aware of how connected and how in love and how invested Heartland fans were with Amy and Ty's relationship. So, I want to make this very clear. The Heartland writers are going to take this very slow. How do I know that? Because they're not stupid. They know the Heartland fans. They know the community. They know how Heartland fans react to certain things, so they are going to take this very, very slow. I have no doubt about that. However, they wouldn't have included the scenes of Amy and, or not Amy and Sam, Lindy and Sam, and then of course Amy and Sam, but specifically they wouldn't have included the scenes with Lindy and Sam, I don't think, if they weren't trying to see how fans react. Because one of the arguments I've seen on social media about, Amy finding a new love interest is the fact that Amy has to think of Lindy as well. And I completely 100% agree. But like I said before, whoever Amy ends up being with is going to be a father figure for Lindy. And so I don't think that they included these scenes unnecessarily. I mean, they had to, or on purpose, I should say. They had to write it. So they had to decide how to write it and what they were going to do. These scenes, I think, are a huge, huge hint to us that, hey, Sam has a good relationship with Lindy at this point. It seems like Lindy really enjoys having Sam around, and I think that is a good sign. I think that Amy is going to see that and be like, okay, he's good with Lindy, and if she does end up, seeing him more as just a friend, then, I mean, she has to think of Lindy too, right? So I think that those scenes were very crucial when it comes to figuring out if Sam is even a possible love interest for Amy, which at this point I think is a very strong possibility. And then of course you have Caleb trying to play matchmaker, which was just hilarious. But at the end of the day, I do think that this episode more than ever showed that Amy and Sam, there is something there, but I just think at this point they are both a little hesitant, and I think the reason for that is because, of course, the writers are writing it that way because the writers are taking it very, very slow when it comes to a new relationship for Amy. But that is all I have for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, drop a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.